Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be running back the Evo Mega Knight P.E.K.K.A. Evo Furnace deck that I was using the other day, except now the Furnace just got an emergency nerf. So if we go and check out the Furnace, it now has significantly lower hit points. So now it will probably be treated more like a witch or a wizard, the same way that you would kill them. You can fireball them and it'll probably die relatively quickly, because now it's not going to have as many fire spirits tanking for it with the now 7-second spawn speed. I don't think anything changed with the Evo Furnace, with the whole hot speed, hot spawn speed being 1.8 seconds. So that may still be just as strong as it was, except now the Furnace is going to have significantly lower health. So as you can see, once again, we are probably back down to 12,000 trophies because, once again, I'm horrible at this game. I'm not very good. But you know what? I saw a lot of success with this deck, mostly because of the Furnace being so overpowered as it was. But like I said, I like to run this P.E.K.K.A. Furnace combo. And this isn't to say that the Furnace is going to be useless. It's just way more balanced now, and you're not going to go into every single match seeing Furnace be the main card that takes everything out. So we're going to throw Ice Golem down in here to take care of the E-Barbs. I still, again, I think it's still a very strong deck. I think it has its place. But again, like I mentioned the other day, it's immoral. It's kind of a scummy deck. It's, you know, if you don't want to be the guy, drop an Evo Mega Knight on everyone, then this deck isn't going to be for you. But we are going to continue to cycle this Furnace so that maybe we can get an Evo out of it. I'm kind of tempted to Fireball right now. I don't know how necessary it is. Actually, it'll be gone if a Fire Spirit can connect. We're going to drop a P.E.K.K.A. on this in hopes that he doesn't drop E-Barbs again. I think I probably should be up on Elixir. Maybe not a significant amount, but enough that... See, there you go. Normally, I don't know that the Furnace would die to that Fireball. I know the E-Wiz did hit it, but I don't know. You might have... There's going to be little interactions that are different that should make the survivability of the Furnace a little lower and just less effective overall. So there's our Mega Knight. We're going to try to cycle that to an evolution. He's going to drop E-Barbs on here, so we're going to do minions to just take those out. He's going to have to answer because they are all going to live. Actually, he can just one-shot everything, so that's not going to be as big of a deal. Let's see how effective this Evo Furnace is with the new emergency nerf. Again, it does only... wow, okay, that was a really well-played Evo Musketeer. Can't fault him for that. Because Furnace has been a scary card recently, but, you know, we're playing around the Evo, or the emergency nerf. So that balloon is going to take, is going to do some damage to our tower. We'll just have to kind of see what we can do. We have an Evo Mega Knight in here, which is going to be real effective at taking out those E-Barbs, I think. If I can get a Mega Knight down in front of the Electro Wizard so that it's not taking out my minions as much. Man, this isn't really going as I planned, but I still think this has been a pretty effective deck. We're going to Ice Golem in here to see if we can't do literally anything. I'm going to log this Musketeer so it doesn't take out my E-Wiz. It's dead anyway, and this is probably going to be game. Not a great first game, but you can see the point that I was trying to prove, right? The Furnace is a lot less effective as a card, as a whole card. It really is a whole lot less effective because you're not having as many fire spirits spawn, and it's not like you're able to drop some more swarm cards around it to take it out. You can fireball it because it has less health. I think they were just really trying to make the Furnace a walking version of what it was, which if you made all buildings move, then yeah, they probably would be pretty strong. Speaking of moving buildings, we're going to take out this cannon cart real quick, see if we can't do a little bit of damage to this wizard. We're going to throw a P.E.K.K.A. in here to tank, and then probably once that wizard locks on, we'll throw some minions down. and just try to take out that mortar as quick as possible. That's not going to happen, but we are going to get a hit down on this mortar, and it's not going to get a shot on our tower. We're going to see if maybe we can get this P.E.K.K.A to connect. Probably not because of the ice golem. Alright, what's our next play here? We are probably going to throw an E-Wiz down, maybe just to do some damage, I don't know. We're going to cycle an Evo with this furnace to try to get it up to a point where it's useful, because now it is not. I really want to fireball that just because, I don't know. I don't know why I wanted to fireball it. I was feeling it. We're going to throw Mega Knight in here to distract. I don't know that I needed to drop it that far back, but you know what? I did, and things happened. He has Evo Wizard, which is annoying. I think that's really what this deck struggles against, is Wizard for whatever reason. There's just enough things to distract, you know, the Mega Knight and the P.E.K.K.A. That Wizard does a lot of chip damage. It's really strong defensively. And there's not going to be a whole lot we can do about it. But that's unfortunately the point of today's video, is to try to prove the point that Furnace is not nearly as strong as it used to be. I repeated that like 3 times at this point, so I apologize for the repetitiveness. I'm very tired. It is currently like 11 p.m. where I'm at, and I've had a very long but a fun day. What did I do today? Today I went fishing with my grandfather. I went fly fishing, not your traditional fishing. This fly fishing is basically a more active form of fishing, where you're constantly going out and casting and recasting over and over again to try and you have fake bait on the end of your line called flies. And those flies tend to act as you're basically trying to fool the fish with your flies and get them to follow, or you're just trying to imitate a bait, a food source that the fish would normally eat. So that can consist of beetles, ladybugs, normal ass flies, you know, just any kind of bait that, and any little bug that might be on the water's edge, or you know, sinking in the water that a fish might eat. That can also include nymphs, which are like, you know, the larva of flies, because there's certain bugs that will lay eggs on the bottom of a river, and when those eggs hatch, they float up to the top of the river, sprout their wings, and fly away. You are trying to imitate that fly going from the bottom to the top, and sometimes the fish will come out and grab it. I caught 2 fish today. It was not the most successful day of fishing, but you know what? I had fun, and it was a good time. And then after that, I went to an Akron Rubber Ducks game. Hence the, you know, whole get-up I got going on. I got my Carlos Santana Indians jersey. I got my Down Goes Anderson t-shirt. You know, if you get that reference, definitely. If you haven't heard that reference, go check it out. Look up Down Goes Anderson. You'll see the best boxing fight you've ever seen in MLB history between Jose Ramirez and Tim Anderson. That was 2 years ago, almost to the day. So, with the current cycle we got going on, I'm going to just throw a P.E.K.K.A in front of this, and we'll see if maybe the furnace can take out a firecracker. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would like to keep my furnace alive so he can keep spawning those fire spirits. Wow, my P.E.K.K.A died fast. Alright, what we're probably going to do is throw an Evo Mega Knight on this, and we'll just see what happens. Boss Bandit is really annoying, and also a scummy card. But it, unfortunately, is just as effective as the old Evo Furnace. He's got an Evo Mega Knight too, so we know that he likes little boys. And we're gonna throw a P.E.K.K.A in here to defend, just because there's not a whole lot more I can do. We're gonna Fireball this. Again, loving the Firecracker nerf, because the old Firecracker might have just bumped her way out of that Fireball, had it, you know, been the old Firecracker. Good news. I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm talking to keep up with the pace of the gameplay, but you know. Regardless, Akron Rubber Ducks. They were down 3-0 most of the game, and then came back to win 5-3. A fantastic win from the number 1 overall draft pick in the MLB last year. Oh man, Travis Bazanum, I think. Travis Bazana. Good ball player. Ducks did a lot better job on defense than offense, I would say, today. But it was a well-played game by all, and I had a good time. So, that being said, we're down about half a tower on Boo. We are going to try to defend this whole mess. We'll throw a Mega Knight up here just so that he doesn't go jump on our tower. And now we have Evo Furnace. We can try to take out this cannon. Do the Fire Spirits still spawn on the other side? Not with the Evo Furnace. They won't. Oh, walked right back into that. Can you jump, please? Let's go. We have a great push going on right here. I'm leaking Elixir. Leaking Elixir is a funny term to me. Don't ask why. We're going to throw Evil Mega Knight down and hope that we can get some good shift damage in here. We're going to keep fireballing just to kill his troops. We got a Furnace down. We need this P.E.K.K.A down. If that Furnace can keep spawning, that would be fantastic. We'll throw maybe a Log down. And you know what, folks? It's not looking too hot. Unfortunately, this deck is not nearly as good as it once was. What I tried to prove in this video is exactly what I did prove, and that is that using Furnace will get you impregnated like this Golem, and you don't want to be impregnated by an Elixir Golem. I promise you that. So, I apologize that there were no wins in this video, but this was to prove a point, that the Evo Furnace is no longer nearly as strong as it was. Either that, or I continue to be horrible at the game. You let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, and then go subscribe to my other channel. I'm going to start posting there soon, I promise. It's going to be great. I got some stuff planned, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.